Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing exponential per player capitals on the Los Angeles map. We're playing as the green player out of the third position. I've got quite a bit of material here, which is certainly appealing. I've got quite a bit over here, and I've got the 4 in the middle. Now, somebody is almost certainly going to cap on one of the 2 1-point holds. I doubt we get somebody on the Hollywood 1 point, more likely the North Hollywood 1 point. Everybody starts with 20 troops. The fact that we see 12 of Red's 20 right next to us is interesting. Black goes over here, so this area is out of the question. I could consider this. A little bit surprised they didn't go on the 6 here. We don't know where White lands. I'm going to go on the 4 in the middle. I don't think I get rolled by Black here. Red can cap next to me, but I don't actually think that that's a problem. And, you know, maybe I play for the bonus +7, likely not. 3 territory +7. Likely I'm not able to hold to play for this. What I think is more likely and what I'm hoping for is somebody caps here. Red actually is potentially quit, which is maybe they're not happy about where I've kept. What I know from my position is that unless I get rolled by Black, I should be fine. And that's partially why I chose this cap right in the middle of the board, because it allows me to play. I mean, technically it allows me to play for my bonus here, but more importantly, it allows me to react to what happens on the board. If you're wondering why we're playing Los Angeles and also why I have something on my thumb here, I wanted to play a smaller map because I don't want to have to do too much board navigation, because I cut open my thumb. Washing a knife today was not my best. Immediately started bleeding. Probably could have justified a stitch or 2 on this bad boy, but I just decided to wrap it up. We've got Red cap directly next to us. This bot should actually roll off this cap, and it might be chunky enough where if it rolls either left or right, we'll have we could potentially get a double cap in this space, which wouldn't be a bad thing by any means. I'm thinking either purple or white are capped here. Purple is maybe botted as well. This might be the white player. I don't think I want to investigate this. I doubt Black tries to roll my 7 cap now with pink right here. I think you probably just lose this right after. Also, I just get to retake it anyway off of this position here with the 4s. So I think that would be kind of foolish for them to do. More than likely, they just play off of the 6. They dump everything on cap over here, play the 6 down into the 1 for a card. No, they actually roll this way. That is a choice. Purple is back. I got all this material in here. I almost wonder... I was hoping to group this up. And I still hope to do that. We actually get atrocious dice there. Lose 3 on a 2, which is... silly that that's something that can even happen, but we pull our 4 out, which is not a bad idea. Gives me better cap defense. He's going to roll through my 2 now, which is what it is. Or he plays for this bonus up here. Now he rolls through my 2, but he loses 2 as well, so it's basically a wash. I'm not sure why pink is still hitting me. You're not going to hold this bonus, so I don't really know what that was all about. But whatever cooks your chicken, man. I don't know what to tell you. Purple starts with 7, so they haven't lost their capital. The thing is, everybody always plays for the 1 point hold over here. I have to imagine that there's a capital right here on North Hollywood. Alternatively, somebody might play for the Beverly Hills +3. That frequently happens as well. I'm going to try to resurrect this material, but I almost think that it's fairly likely that Black tries to hit this. I'm hoping that Red plays off the capital, but I don't know that we're going to get lucky enough for that. I would like to, you know, put 3 here, hit into the 2, fortify the 3 over. Or even, purple doesn't do the fortify there. This is interesting. I'm actually intrigued to see what rolls here. If it is the cap, and it probably goes into pink. It does. This is actually not enough troops. Loses 2 on that. This is not enough troops, I don't think, for Black to reliably hit this. To the point where if you do try to take this as the Black player, you run the risk of failing the roll outright, right? That's the first part. You run the risk of failing the roll. Interesting choice by white. I do wonder where white's capital is. We saw a 4 over here. It almost seems like purple might be our fella back here, and that the white player was trying to take the +3. I'm interested to see what black does. Do they try the 6 on 3 capital? Because that is not a guaranteed roll by any means. And then you have to split between the two if you go for it. I think they probably try it. I almost wonder, actually, if you put all 5... I think your better play here is you put all 5 on the 6 over here. It looks like he's going to try to roll the capital. Nope. He does not. I don't know that I want to hit this. We would have seen like a whack here had black tried to roll that. So what I am going to do, we're going to roll... Okay, I was going to hit there. I'm a little bit annoyed that that's the card he took into the 3, only loses 1. That is a bit frustrating. I would like to take this, but... Man, that is not... He had to hit into the 2 here. I would like to take this, but I don't know that I want to have to split between 2 spots. Let's slow roll it once. See if we can get it down. That's good. I'll do that. Now it's kind of a moment of truth on whether or not pink wants to try an 18 on 9. If black hits me here, that's a little bit silly. All I really needed to do was take 1 troop off. And once I'm getting 7, if black rolls me here, he's going to be enemy for the rest of the game. We'll see if somebody's holding the +5. My hope is that the bot stacks here rolls into this place. Maybe nobody has a 1 point here. It's possible they don't if the stacks were too weak. White didn't have a bonus, so it would come down to purple. Purple actually lost their capital. So I think white must have rolled purple's capital. Because I think this is where black placed the troops here. Interesting. I wonder if nobody's even up here. This will almost certainly try to take something. I don't know which direction it goes. It doesn't lose anything on that initial roll, though. So black here. You think theoretically... Oh, it might actually have that whole bonus. You think theoretically that the black player won't try to roll this. 11 on 7 would be pretty silly. And then I can take my... You know, you would expect the 6 to back up. I can take the thing. But this placement here felt like the player was trying to take this on the next turn, but didn't want to roll it right away. I figured a slow roll that knocks it down 1 limits how many troops I lose. Because I could blitz it and then lose like 8. That is something that can happen when you try to blitz one of those 3s and you lose a ton of troops. I would still win the roll, but it would be totally not fruitful. If I get it down to 2, then we don't have the extra defending dice. That's why I did the initial slow roll. And did we end up losing anything beyond? Yeah, we didn't lose anything hitting the 2. So hitting a 3 capital, net loss of only 2. Much better situation to find myself in. Now we are going to want to be tracking to the red elimination when the time comes. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to take my cards over here by black, preferably away from their main position here. Because I can't imagine they're super thrilled with me having 2 capitals. It actually rolls up this way, which is interesting because I don't know that I want to open that up, but also you would expect his 6 to fortify back, which is exactly what happens. So that we might get hit here on the next turn. Fully peels back. I'm going to go 2 and 5. This cap is far more important than this one. I'm actually just going to fortify this back. That'll allow him to take this card and swing away. We have a joker with our take. So, you know, red quit and we just kind of assumed their position. I don't inherently want to try to take the red elimination. If anything, red disrupting whoever tries to take a bonus over here or something like that would be pretty good. But at this point, I want to be tracking to, does somebody have the +5? Does a player have the +5? And also, is purple still capless? I don't think they are because white, I was the only player. Yeah, purple's back to 5. So I do think the white player was the player who took that capital. Either white or somehow red bot, but either way, purple got it back and after that happened. Red bot still capless, and it does not have that bonus, so that is good to know. And it is going to keep hitting over. It loses 4. At this point, I think we need to start considering an adventure for my troops to find out where the rest of red might be. Because those cards are going to come in handy. White is getting 5. Mr. James Trump 15. But picking up the additional capital long term, I think, is going to be the right play. It's going to make me a little bit less effective of an attacker with 2 split stacks, but it also gives me the opportunity to get 2 extra troops and 2 extra defensive positions that my opponents don't have, only having singular capitals. By the way, if you guys have been enjoying the content and you're not subscribed to the channel, or you haven't liked today's video, go ahead and hit the video like button, hit the video like button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, I do try to live stream every now and then. I usually schedule them anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour in advance. But more importantly, if you missed the live stream on Saturday this past weekend, there is he's going to hit me. That's super duper unfortunate. There is a video, or not a video, but there's a game, the final game of that stream. If there's any content of mine that you watch anytime soon, what is this? I don't want to trade the Joker. I'd like to hold on to it. I mean, he doesn't have the bonus because purple had a 4 in here. So, I'm going to take a look at what's to the right. It is white on a 22. Well played. And purple on an 8. Purple on an 8. That is not a very strong purple capital. All right, that's good to know. The pink player trades. So yeah, white is out of the first position as our player over here. That's not super surprising. Now if pink ends... wow. I fear that pink is going to feed the red elimination here. Now, purple might hit red. Oh, goodness me, oh my. Red is over here now. So we have to, if red doesn't trade right now, we have to be very, very aware of this because there's a chance I don't get broken here, which is crazy to me. Or purple just hits me. Purple hitting me would be this. Oh no, they're going to play off their 4 over there to protect themselves. If somehow white doesn't roll out into me to keep his capital open, that would be bananas. This actually is probably the end of red. We're playing exponential per player. This is actually why I think Los Angeles becomes a better map. Unfortunately, I think white is probably knocked out over here. So, oh, he doesn't have the bonus. If I feed him, that's not good. But this might be him trying to take... if he takes the whole bonus here, we eliminate red out in the middle of the board in open space. If black's not wary enough to take that. Hits pink here. Pink is super duper weak. He does break. Okay. Fair enough. Closes his capital off, though. I do wonder who's behind him. Because he's got a pretty strong capital. Do I have a trade without the Joker? I do not. Oh, I do. It's just trying to trade the Joker, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Not a lot of red here. We've been knocked out of all of these positions. Black is going to be wise enough to go for this. No. Takes that card, locks his capital off. Loses 2 troops, because why not? Right? But yeah, we're playing exponential per player, so hunting these eliminations is obviously the correct choice. I don't know that a 3-on-1 wins this for him over here. It does not. He may have just fed this to me. Honestly, may have even fed his own elimination to me. I don't know who's behind white. That is part of the problem, is that white does not have this bonus up here. Could easily be kill guarding somebody. I will trade in. I'm going to put just 2 here. This capital is a much better priority for me. Red should not be up here, just white. And that is the red elimination. Another trade in. 20, let's do 28. 16, throw that there. I needed to get a vision of the board. So someone, that's a huge elimination, by the way. If black didn't have, I needed to make sure black didn't have this bonus. I don't know who the player behind white is, but it wasn't red. So the fact that we pick up 4 extra cards off of that is massive. We're now 4 cards ahead of everybody. White is actually card blockable here too. If I could get purple's capital and pink's and play against white on the right-hand side, it doesn't matter. It might not matter who they have kill guarded, but taking that elimination is chef's kiss. We got to be looking at pink. I really want white to take the bonus back here. That's almost what needs to happen. And they're not doing it. And there's no caps back there either, right? I've got 2, and then we've got black, white, pink, and purple. But I'm very glad that that was the red elimination. And honestly, my opponent softened it up for me. We had pink hitting red, we had black hitting red, and we had just a 3 to have to hit. He tried a 3-on-3. I don't think black has many troops on capital right now anyway. It seems that white is not going to let anybody else hold bonuses, so that's something to keep in mind. But now being 4 cards ahead of my opponents is massive. I just have to make sure that I don't... Ooh, that is not a good play. That was actually an exceptionally bad play by purple to open up white. But white does not have the bonus back here. Until white has the bonus back there, you know, what do we do? What's the right play? Now, pink is playing for this +7. I don't know that there's any reason for us to let pink hold a +7. Especially with how weak they are after hitting as much of red, but not taking the elimination. They were aware of the 2 that was sitting here of reds before the 3 extra troops placed for it. So I was a bit confused by that play by pink. But capturing elimination and exponential per player, absolutely what you need to be doing. And what I was trying to get at is I think this map is better in exponential per player than progressive or regular standard fixed world domination, or either world domination, both progressive and fixed, or progressive capitals, just because somebody always gets this position over here super fast. And basically what I'm going to be tracking to now, especially trading ahead, 4 cards ahead of my opponents, and I'm not going to let black hold this. So I need to kind of pick an enemy. Black's going to take this over here. There's no way that I will let the black player hold a +11. Especially if you're going to continue hitting me here. Knocks white out of there. That's not a terrible play. Did he get an extra troop? He did not. But yeah, we're not going to let him hold this. Purple is on a trade. Purple is on a trade. See, here's the issue that I have. Purple is on a trade. However, and white, we didn't see any of white's attack. So it's very possible white took the bonus back here on that last turn. The issue I have is I am not certain that this would be the purple elimination. I probably have it if I take it, especially if I trade in. Do I bank on white having... You know what? I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to bank on white having removed purple back here if purple was a player behind him. And we are going to take the purple elimination. Well, worst case, he trades in, right? So we end up failing it. But because I'm trading ahead, purple will trade in back behind white anyway. Unless he's over here and black didn't knock him out of here somehow. I think it was worth a shot. I do think it was worth a shot there. I saw white do some extra attacks. What are the chances that purple's the player behind him? Does he hit? I mean, maybe purple's over here. Maybe black didn't remove him, but I was pretty well convinced that that happened. So now purple sets in. At most, this feeds 5 cards. And potentially, or sorry, at most it feeds 3 cards to white. We'll still stay ahead. Potentially what happens now, pink just took a ton of, we let them have 2 +7s. But I'm not really in a position where I can do anything. Worst case, actually best case, purple bots and then rolls back here. I mean, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword because obviously I failed the elimination, but the benefit to it is I positive rolled a capital, which is just stupid. I've mentioned this before. And I went for the elimination. To be completely transparent with you guys, I went for the elimination because my mindset was worst case, I can still defend my position. Best case, worst case, I feed 3 cards, right? And still defend my position. Potentially feed more though if oh well, white's gonna trade. So presumably they take the 3 cards here, but they might not even break me. And then I've just picked up an additional capital. I can play nice with pink. You almost hope black crashes out, like slams this, but I don't know that we're going to get lucky enough for that to happen. It does look like white is eliminating purple. They don't trade off of it, though. They'll be on 4 cards. I'm on 1. I don't know. If I hold the plus... Oh, somebody else was back here. Interesting. So that wasn't the extent of everybody. And then we hold here. Black won't be able to re-break us unless they go through pink. So now we're only a card ahead of white. Somebody else was sitting back here. That's really interesting. So there were 2 players back there. It's just a shame that one of them was purple. And I you know what? Great play by white leaving the kill guard. There's no other way to explain that than great play by them. Now this is interesting because black might actually end up overhitting here. They don't hit here, so we actually hold quite a bit. We get 19. I don't think there's any reason for me to let pink hold anymore because I'm going to get broken by white anyway. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's bank on that. So white will get 10 plus a potential trade-in. And pink isn't even going to re-break me. Bad dice over there as well. Black didn't take the bonus, so I don't have any reason to hit black. And sure, I normally say don't make a bunch of enemies. And I am a little bit making enemies here. What I'm hoping... Oh, I was really hoping that wouldn't win, because now white's going to hit here. I actually had a chance at holding this, but... White will come off of this with 30 troops, potentially plus a trade-in. I'm going to prioritize the middle one, because this is my best capital. We didn't see where he placed. Oh, no, okay, he puts everything here. I'm wondering if he tries to go for the pink elimination. I actually likely have it. I'll get 9. I can likely take the pink elimination for extra cards, especially if white does this. This is what I was hoping for. Because I can maybe get 4 extra cards here. It's a little hairy, but I'll be back ahead by 5 cards on white. We'll be ahead by 8 on black. But we know pink doesn't have anything in cap. So 9. And our trade is what? 13. It's not a lot, but with white no longer open to us, it's probably fine. This is a fear of mine a little bit, is that black's going to take this and then roll this capital too, which is just an awful play. So I guess we'll only get 7 here. This is a terrible play. He actually loses it. So because he loses that roll, 4 cards, that'll double. We will double trade here if we eliminate both pink and black, and then we can actually card block white with so much of the board. Black has quit. I can't believe that roll lost. I mean, that is a double roll. That's the exact inverse of what happened with me. I don't trade in off of black now, so I do have to target pink first. This is the 100%. We actually have exactly the 100% roll. Get good enough dice on it. I have to go kind of hunting here. I'm going to come completely off cap here. I know I'm going to trade in. So there's pink. We have, this is the issue, is that I only have so many cards I can take. And I have 5 capitals. So trade there. Right, we trade it. Yeah, we trade off of black right now. I guess I need to decide the 8 fortify or go there. There's black. What a weird game. So I feed purple. I end up getting 6 cards anyway. I want to make sure one of these is a capital. Or the Venice stack. The Venice stack works perfectly. We will take Venice. So the 10 goes here. Hopefully... Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. That works. So I got 6 extra cards off of that. That was 6 cards gained there. I got 4 off of red. We were 10. He got 3 off of purple. We're 7 cards ahead. And honestly, he can't get that far with this. He really can't get that far. And we're holding 5 caps. We're going to get a default 8 extra troops just from our capitals. He has to be very deliberate about how you break these bonuses, because you have to make sure you break. So you should go boom, boom, boom. Get the breaks. I likely still hold too much material. And we just, well, actually, I think this player's best play would potentially be to pull all of their troops off capital in the hopes I don't have a trade on 3. I think that is your best play here if you are the white player. At this point, that routing is not what they should have done. They're not going to get me down any additional troops here. We'll still get 4 extra from troop count. You should pull everything off and hope I can't full slam you. And they don't do that. So we get 20 troops. This cap I don't really... Well, I have to be prepared in case they have a trade-in. So 3 probably fortifies. Let's do 8, 8. And then everything else... Can't attack with that 3. So everything else will go to this 8 here. Bummer. Okay, we don't get that spot. That's okay. I'm not sure what this player is trading on. We do have a trade-in. Our trade's going to be considerably higher than theirs, though. All right, they do not set. This is an interesting choice of direction. That territory threw me off there. They lose a troop. That's not bad. Did I hold this? I held this last turn. I didn't even realize. They probably recognize that. Although they don't get here. 3, 2. They could get here on a 2. They would have to slow roll a 2. And he'll try, or just blitz a 2. Pink won the blitz earlier. White does not. So we should get the same number of troops we got last turn. But we have a trade-in. So what that means for us, he's getting 10. This one doesn't need to be as defended. Pretty awful dice there. With a trade, he might be able to get a capital. That would be bad. 13 plus 10. Although I want him to, if he takes this capital, we'll be fine. Only loses, he loses, he goes -3 on it. But note it, yeah, see, this is a big mistake. You can pull out whatever you want to this, but I can actually still, that's exactly why. He didn't break anything of value. So now what I get to do is set my block, knowing he doesn't have a trade-in. We set our block. And we just steal the capital again. And we get equally silly dice. And I don't actually think this player has enough troops back here to stop me from doing anything. What a wild game, honestly. Even if he gets, he might get a, he might actually get a card here with a slow roll into one of these 15s. And he is going to slow roll. So White played a fine game, but just wasn't proactive enough, I think, in the early game. I think they really should have prioritized taking the bonus. They would have been already ahead. And they might win a card here. We have no trade-in just yet. But what I can do, knowing I'm going to get 50-something troops again, is really, truly play off the 21, attack forward, fortify the 15 here. Or actually just play off the 15. Leave my caps defended still. Assuming they don't get the card here. They actually are sniffing the card, getting tremendous slow roll dice here. All things considered. I would blitz this. Actually win it. Even so, now I'm just being precautionary. That just nets me an extra card. And is that a trade-in? It is. They either have a set here where they get through and they drag this out a little bit more, or the game is over. Very interesting game. Happy with the performance here. Even with the purple kill fail, I had a feeling that my opponents wouldn't be proactive enough to really do anything. This is silly. There we go. Even it out a little bit for me. I know he's got attacker's advantage. Now it's going less well for him. Oh, and he's already pulled 6 off of me. 7 off of me, has lost 5 himself. Make that 9 off of me, lost 5 himself. 11 off of me, lost 5 himself. 13 off of me, lost 5 himself. 14-6. 15-7. And 16-8 at the end there. Nearly double the effectiveness of the dice. Good game. Well played. And a big old thumbs up to you. This is going to do it. GG's White. Wow, that slow roll made me nervous at the end. Not that they were ever... Once I held for 57 that one time, it wasn't going to go well for them after that. Solid win, though. Again, if you haven't checked out the stream from this past weekend, our last game in that was an absolute banger. Please go check it out. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Ranks of our opponents. Surprised White was a novice. Think they played better than that. Intermediate on pink and purple. Beginner on red, who quit immediately. And black, who was a bit of a loose cannon there. Kind of just wasting troops left and right. Regardless, hope you enjoyed. As always, everybody, I have been C Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.